Welcome back to Your Palm Beach Guide, the official podcast of the Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce, where we bring you conversations with the leaders, innovators, and changemakers shaping Palm Beach and beyond. I'm your host, Kiana Rivera, Chief Advancement Officer for the Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm excited to welcome Jay Boggess, President of Jupiter Christian School and a respected leader in education here in Palm Beach County. Today, we're diving into one of the most important conversations impacting families, students, and communities across America, the future of education. From school choice and scholarship opportunities to educational innovation and preparing students for a rapidly changing world, the landscape of learning is evolving faster than ever before. Jay brings a unique perspective from the front lines of education, and I'm looking forward to discussing how educational options are expanding, what parents are looking for today, and what the future of education may hold for the next generation. Jay, welcome to Your Palm Beach Guide. All right, Jay, welcome to Your Palm Beach Guide.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you so much for being here today, and I'm excited to get into all things education. But first, for those who don't know anything about you, share what you do, who you are, and how you got to Palm Beach.
Sure, I'd be glad to. I'll truncate the story just to fit it within the podcast. But I've been in Palm Beach County since around 2001, went to Palm Beach Atlantic University.
Alumni.
Met my bride there. And we've been together now 19 years as of last week. So still running strong, have 5 children, ages 17 to 6, and have called Palm Beach County home for now, over 25 years.
Right.
Have been an educational leader in Palm Beach County in a variety of ways, in charter schools, traditional public schools with our local school district, and as of 3 years ago, stepped out in faith and have now been building private Christian schools and now president of Jupiter Christian School right here in Palm Beach County.
I love that. And wow, 20 years in Palm Beach County is a long time.
It is.
I love what we're going to talk about today specifically regarding student choice, because I think the timing could not be more perfect. So for those who don't understand, what is school choice?
Sure. School choice is similar to what the title is.
Mm-hmm.
You get to choose the type of educational model that you want for your child.
And is it uniquely to Florida?
It isn't uniquely to Florida.
Okay.
But the way that we have pioneered and innovated in the state of Florida is a bit unique. We are, in my opinion, the exemplar of what the school choice movement represents.
Okay.
And it didn't happen overnight. It has been a consistent and steady growth since really 1996 in this state, with the Jeb Bush administration passing the first charter school option that came in public ed. And since that time have been expanding what that definition looks like and what it means. I like to talk about in 2022, it was really catalyzed by our state legislature and Governor DeSantis when he comprised the Parent Bill of Rights and elevated parental rights and choice to be made for your child. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle know better about their own child and their home than government does about what that child needs.
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer in that and have been since the time I entered into education.
Right.
And those are the things that when you say school choice, no longer you're not designed by your zip code, income, anything to that effect. You don't have to go to the school down the street.
Right.
And if that's working for you, awesome. I want that for you.
Okay.
But if that isn't, then you should have the ability to choose what is in your child's best interest. And that is how school choice works.
And how have you seen parenting and parenting choice shift from traditionally to now choosing other models?
Sure. I think for the last, let's use 100 years.
Okay.
And maybe 150. I'd go back all the way to Horace Mann, and he developed the modern school concept. And it was built on the ideals of we want a educated electorate. The better decision makers that we have, the better country and environment, communities that we will live in. I don't disagree with the concept, but somehow from the 1850s to 2026, we lost the intent of education. And I say that because parents are seeking out a holistic approach to education. Education is about raising up human beings that have a mind, a body, and a spirit to them. And I think COVID was a catalyst for change in a variety of homes and communities.
Right.
They saw some of the interplay that was taking place and were saying, does this align with what I'm teaching in my home? Morals and values, ethics and logic, aspects that I'm not minimizing a public education, no, but I am saying those are the things that became acutely aware to families that they were seeking more in the education that they were doing 180 days out of the year for 8 hours of the day. How am I getting more out of this? And does it really develop the type of human being that we want for our community, for our nation, and our world?
For our leaders as well. I mean, well, as you mentioned, and you mentioned Governor DeSantis a little bit earlier. And so how have you seen Florida lead in the school choice aspect? You touched on it briefly, but what have been a couple changes in the last few years, especially after COVID, that have really kind of highlighted this move?
Sure. Again, the stake in the ground or the line in the sand would have come 2022, 2023, where we maximized and took school choice voucher concept and took income caps off of it.
Okay.
I talk about it like this. No longer are we funding school systems, we're funding individual children, which in all sincerity should have been the intent the entire time.
Right, exactly.
Systems of schools are built for individual children. That's why they exist. And their intentionality of saying, hey, if you're a child in the great free state of Florida, there are dollars now aligned to your education, and what choice do you want to make with that? Do you want to go to the traditional public? Do you want to go to a charter? Do you want to do homeschool, virtual school, private school, parochial school, whatever, micro school, home co-ops, right? Like all of these things now are aligned to the child's best interests, and now for the first time in the United States, we didn't put an income cap restriction, no matter where you fell in,
The tax bracket.
Right. We aligned to dollars to children and said those dollars then follow the child wherever that educational option is. That was the most radical, innovative reform that has been done in the United States.
Wow.
You have other, out of 50 states, you've got another 26 that are doing aspects of choice, but none that have done what I just said.
Right.
Texas,
specifically, uniquely to Florida, but then also to Texas, as you just mentioned.
Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma are others that are close, but they still put the income cap, and that was the differentiator of how it really starts to expand. And again, in my worldview and belief system, this is a kingdom concept.
Right.
How are we expanding opportunities to expand Christian school ideas and ultimately have the greatest outcomes for student achievement as a result?
Well, and I love that too, especially because you're a PBA alum as well, talking about students not only in younger education, but also moving now into the collegiate field, that you're building people and professionals to make ethical choices in everyday life to hopefully then that ripple effects into a better community and a better place to live and work. So I love that you're doing that. When you look at the parents that you interact with all the time, what does it look like from them, and how have you seen certain parents, even if they don't go to Jupiter Christian specifically, but in the field because you've been in education for a while, how have you seen them choose schools in Palm Beach County? Like, what is a driving force for that other than, oh, this is my kid's a really good athlete, or my kid's really into arts? Does it all point back to those specific things, or is it a broad, holistic approach?
I would distill it down to two key factors that I find in education. And I think they're nearly universal, but they are becoming more and more like, this is how I'm making the decision as a parent. And the first is partnership. Am I in partnership
with the parent?
With the parent.
Great.
Right? Like, like I said, I've got them 180 days. That's how long a school year is here in the state of Florida. 8 hours a day. you have them the rest of the time. How am I actually partnering with mom and dad and strengthening the things that you're wanting to see in your child? But that only happens with relationship, intimacy, and how we're doing these things and how we're building up and holistically teaching and raising up children. That's what education is supposed to do. And when I talk about the alignment of your head, your heart, and your hands, I think there are great schools out there, and their primary focus is how much we're putting up here. And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to want to do the exact same thing, but I'm equally trying to build and foster your heart.
And would you say that's the biggest difference for Jupiter Christian and the leadership and skills that they're instilling in your students?
1,000%, right? And I think we'll expand on this as this conversation continues. But that piece alone is what this world needs more of.
Right.
And you would go, well, Jay, is that college prep? Yes.
Right.
And then some.
And then some.
What's the plus add value that comes as part of your educational model? How are we teaching love, grace, humility, empathy, kindness? Is that actually being taught, and are we doubling down on those things? Because the leaders, the business leaders in this world, you got to have acumen, of course, business acumen and leadership acumen. But I'm here to tell you, as a leader and the folks that I continue to talk with, they're wanting the other pieces. What are the intangibles? What are the ethics? What are the values? Those are the parts that they're making a next level hire based on, not just the facts and figures. That's what I think cultivates an incredible opportunity for families. And that's one of their biggest questions. How are we going to partner in this? And am I able to be a part of it? There was once a time where you just dropped the kid off and then came back and picked him up at 3 o'clock. And, the traditional response you get from your kid is, how was your day? And the answer is, good. And we left it there.
Right.
No.
Right.
It's got to be more to that. Are mom and dad able to be a part of the classroom? Are they leaning into aspects around extracurriculars where it really becomes a community helping to raise up children? Like-minded values and really pouring into our kids in a greater way. The second one, safety and security. Is my child safe?
Especially
here?
now. Right.
Are they safe here? Do they feel seen, known, and loved here? And I use an example. I was talking with one of my leadership prefects, which is the top tier of a portrait of a graduate at our school. And I asked him the question, and he said, yeah, I very much do. And I said, what, like how? They know your name? And he goes, I'll go one step further, Mr. Boggess. Not only do they know my name, they know my dog's name, and they knew that he was sick 2 weeks ago, and 2 weeks later, my teacher said, hey, how's Ranger doing? How's your family doing, and is he better? And it was a click for me that said, hey, not only are you seen, known, and loved, your family is seen, known, and loved here. It isn't just your child. How is the Smith family being taken care of? And are we loving our community the way that we need to be? Authentic relationship is what people are seeking after. And as a result, it is my leadership that says you are safe and secure here. And that's where the greatest student outcomes and achievement come as a result.
No, I love that. And I think that just a testament to what you're saying, your students have felt that wholeness, especially since you've, taken the reins there. And it's great to see it ripple effect into the community, especially as your graduates go off to college. And a lot of them go to PBA or other private, institutions, and some go to the big schools too.
They do.
But it's just great to see that, what you're doing is clearly working. So congrats to you on that.
Thank you.
Let's talk specifically about education, and again in Florida, just for a brief minute. What shifts specifically, because teaching changes over the years and learning changes over the years and learning changes per every individual and every student. What larger shifts have you seen take place in education?
Yeah. Again, that catalyst change of the voucher is having a profound effect. Having the opportunities with dollars to go and seek what is a customized education. This isn't the Henry Ford assembly line
Right. Let's
concept
talk on that.
of education any longer. The demands are greater in the world in which we live, and the world has changed. And so, how are we creating models that give greater flexibility, that are utilizing technology in a greater way, but at the same time, not losing the humanistic aspects that make us humans?
Right.
Right? And as technology becomes more pervasive and AI becomes part of our daily routines, it still has to have human beings as part.
Right.
And I think that shift is, we're only at the tip of the iceberg on it, quite honestly. How are we staying current with that, and yet at the same time not losing the spirit heart piece that is going to take this next generation to really have in order to stay in the lead of technology and not have it leading us.
Right. Right.
Yep.
No, that's so good.
I think the state of Florida continues to tighten aspects and wanting to see a pro-choice concept continue.
Continue moving.
The data alone reflects that, since the Department of Education was founded under the Carter administration in the 70s, we are not the world leader in educational data or growth. So this is a progressive way of saying, okay, if that isn't working, how are we going to change it? How are we going to make sure that we're maximizing every child and then the ability to have the growth that they need in order to fulfill their greatest outcomes? You're going to see more and more. I'll give the data point from 1996 to now. There's 736 charters in the state of Florida, representing nearly 400,000 kids. So that was the start of the choice movement, if you will. This year alone, there are 500,000 recipients of a voucher.
Wow.
So it has eclipsed even what the charter school movement was providing, and provides this individualized educational concept to then uphold the things that parents are wanting more of. I see that only growing and expanding.
Right.
We're seeing it here locally in Palm Beach County. This local school district thought that they were going to lose perhaps 500 students to choice.
Right.
Do you know how many they lost? Nearly 7,500 this year.
Wow. That's a lot.
It's a lot. And as part of that, that was a conscious decision made by parents and families to choose something else. I didn't work and lead for 20 years in public education to watch it crumble,
Right.
or to be torn down and burnt.
Right.
That is not my intent. But it is to uphold the greatest intent of education, and that is the child.
Right.
And if the outcomes on a macro level are not supporting that this works, then how do we customize this so that every child is seen, known, and loved,
Right.
and that they can ultimately fulfill what God's called them to do, the passions and desires to be able to make sure that, man, you are having a life fulfilled and a purpose-driven input to the world in which you live.
And I love that you say that, because especially just in our Palm Beach Chamber, focus, I'm in conversations at least 2 to 3 times a day asking about if we move companies here, if we choose to if we choose to move here and completely upend our lives and move to Palm Beach County, where can I send my kids?
Sure.
Is there even a market for the type of education that I'm looking for as a parent? And I'm like, well, here's the list of all the schools in Palm Beach County,
Yes.
all of the things, and then they can choose from there. But I mean, you look at it right now locally of just all the new schools that are being built, and Palm Beach County is experiencing a huge growth for children. So I love that you say that. We need to pay a little bit of attention there.
We're very much we're feeling it.
Yeah.
Last year or 2 years ago, we had over 700 inquiries to come
Right.
to our school. This year, 931
That's so
inquiries.
exciting.
Knocking on the door saying, how do I get to be a part of that family
Right.
and that educational institution?
The need is there.
Well, so much so that we're under contract on 82 acres right here in the town of Jupiter. We're expanding legacy and generational mindset for children's children to experience our mission, to teach the mind, reach the heart, and inspire servant leaders who are impacting the world for Jesus Christ.
No, that's so good. And I'm excited for you guys in this new building and just what growth you're going to see once it's completed.
Agreed.
So I want to talk a little bit about some challenges because education doesn't come without its challenges. But what are the critics talking about when it comes to school choice?
Sure. The contrarian in the conversation.
Yeah, there's always one.
Right? Says you're taking public school money.
Okay.
You're part of the reason of the demise. And I say it with diplomacy and with love.
Right.
I'm not taking anyone's money. This was always this child's money.
Right.
Always. And somehow we conflated it to be something different over the course of time and administrations and everything in between. It was always that individual family. We all pay taxes.
Right.
We all pay taxes for the educational benefit of our children. And you still pay taxes even when your kids are out of school, right? Like
That's
your
true.
parents do, so do mine.
Right.
And my point in that is there is a legislative session every year to revise and amend or create new public policy. Every single year, every state in the union does it.
Right.
And when this law was passed, it changed the landscape of education in our state moving forward. Now, could it be revised, amended, and changed to something different? Certainly.
Right.
But as it stands now, the law changed, and as a result, the law doesn't work that way any longer. So for you to say, I'm taking someone's money, I'm not taking anyone's. This was always theirs, and as a result, they have a new way of applying their tax dollars to the things that they believe in, that they want to uphold in their family and align with where they want their child to be.
And so the heart of this at the end of the day is all about the student and the child in education. And so is that what you want to share with people?
That's exactly what I want to share with them. And
I love it.
And the story to be told that as a result of this, the entire intent is to have the greatest student outcomes for generations to come. That's what we want. And if we're going to maximize that, I believe that this is the pathway that people are wanting more of. This is a capitalistic country.
Right.
When you infuse choice into this conversation, people are going to choose the superior choice in their opinion. I'm not here to define that. I could tell you what I think is it, but they will make that choice.
Right.
And they vote with their feet. They might not ever tell you one or the other or the X or the Y. They vote with their feet. And where they're choosing to go is how they voted. And my point in all of that is to say these are the dollars that need to continue to be represented. I don't see it as a left or a right view. That gets said to me a lot too. I don't put this as political. I think if there were ever to be a bipartisan concept, we could all agree that individualized funding of children was the holistic intent of educational tax dollars in the entire point of this. And how are we maximizing it? So how do we continue to raise the per pupil funding?
Right.
That's a bipartisan issue, in my opinion. That needs to be something that we continue to raise those dollars to, again, have the greatest student achievement outcomes on the back end.
No, that's so good. And I love that you say that, again, it goes back to the heart and soul of the student at the end of the day, regardless of whatever side you sit on. It's about your kid and the type of education that they're receiving to then be able to be functional and contributing adults to society. So let's look to the future before we go to rapid fire, because we're going to wrap up soon. As you look ahead in the next 10 years for the future of education, what is your greatest hope of education in America?
That we will get back to the truest intent of education. And I alluded to it earlier, but I'll double down on it now. I want you to have facts and figures. I want that. I want to see the strongest academic rigor possible. If you want to go to the University of Florida or MIT or Harvard or the best schools in our nation or abroad, I want that for you. But my greatest goal is, how am I getting to here? How are you a better brother, sister, neighbor, friend as part of that? That is what changes the world. And as we continue to drive into these educational models, are we looking at metrics that holistically take on the growth of a human being and of a child? Do they have EQ as much as they have IQ?
Very true.
Do they have soft skills that they discern, you know what, this isn't an email, this is a phone call, or this is a plane flight that I need to be in person to deliver this message? Those are the things that, as technology becomes more pervasive, the human being, the soul in us, the imago Dei concept needs to be felt and resonated throughout everything that we do. And that's the part that I think I'm wanting to see more of, and I'm encouraging other educational leaders to dig deep into that. It isn't just college prep. It isn't just career prep. It is your calling in life, that you will work until the day He calls you home to find, deliver, and continue to love and provide with grace to those human beings that you encounter.
Wow. Well, what a way to tee up some rapid fire.
Sure.
Okay. So I always end our episodes with these questions.
Great.
They're not super intense. So just whatever comes to your mind first. What is your go-to order in the morning, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay, black, no sugar.
I see. I was raised Southern, where
Mocha frappe.
the more milk and sugar, the better on my side.
I like it.
Yeah.
What is your favorite hidden gem in Palm Beach?
Oh my! Actual Palm Beach or Palm Beach County?
You could do Palm Beach County.
Okay. My wife and I's go-to spot is Sushi Joe, right there in Juneau. And although great sushi, it's a golf cart ride away for us, and it is awesome. That's our spot.
I love it. What is one book that changed your life?
The Servant.
Servant, okay.
And I could give you a variety of reasons why, built on a servant leadership model. And aside from the Holy Bible,
right,
this is one that lifts up in a narrative servant leadership. To lead, you must first serve. And the attributes of love and grace, putting others before yourself, and knowing that I freely extend grace because it is given to me freely the same way.
That's so good. And lastly, what is one piece of advice that you would give your younger self as you navigate the workplace?
Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm my hardest and worst critic. And tomorrow has new morning mercies that you need to let it go. You can't hold on to past decisions. You and I will make 1,000 decisions today. How am I consistently making them to the best of my ability? Because you're not going to get them all right.
Right.
And as freely as I give grace to others, you need to give it to yourself as well.
Very true. Well, Jay, thank you for being on your Palm Beach
My
Guide.
pleasure. Thank you so much.